Everybody, welcome to the thank you, everybody. Welcome to the Common Council meeting for the city of Bellevue, Idaho, Monday, December 9th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. Those join us on Zoom. Please mute your calls and turn off your mics unless you have something to say, and raise your hand and we'll call on you. All personnel in city, unless emergency personnel, please mute your cell phones. Go ahead and call the meeting to order and get a roll call, please, Amy.
All right, Mayor Johnson.
Yes.
President Giordani.
Yes.
Member Carrero.
Yes.
Member Leahy.
Yes.
Member Mahoney.
Yep.
Member Obanoff.
Yes.
Member Shea.
Yes.
All right. Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you for everybody that's showing up. Notice of agenda compliance per Idaho Code 74204. Finding that the regular meeting notice and agenda were posted in accordance with Idaho Code 74204 within 48 hours prior to the meeting at the City of Bellevue City Hall, the post office, on the city's website on December 5th, 2024.
I move that the notice for the December 9th, 2024 meeting was completed in accordance with Idaho Code, section 74-204.
Second.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
I
was waiting.
Call for conflict is outlined in 74-404. Anybody have any issues with tonight's agenda?
No.
All right, so item 3, mayor and council report. Go ahead and start. We received a few complaints about the odor down at the Bellevue wastewater treatment plant. Due to the October snow events and some additional stuff, and then just the holiday rush, we weren't able to get some of the pre-treatment oxygenation done at the main lift station, and so there is a bit of odor. We are working on that, trying to come up with a resolution as quickly as possible. Again, we are currently working on issues down there. We've gotten some work with iCrimp. We're trying to get electricians down there and hopefully start getting electricians so we can get the plant moving in a forward progression and continue to go there. A note that we did not get on the agenda, but I would like the council to approve in the next consent agenda. We had a failure with the chlorination at the wastewater treatment plant. There are 2 tanks that run off of a valve that connect each other into one transmission, and it goes into one of the tanks has failed and it leaked the chlorine and it sent off alarm. So we had to send down an operator, and then EMS was down there to support him to make sure he wasn't hit by the chlorine blast. It wasn't a bad leak, it was just enough to send off the alarm. But we have 2 options. The full replacement is about $3,500. To fix just the one valve is $1,500. I've already asked DEQ, I want to move away from chlorine gas. So my initial reaction is to go for the $1,500, but it's going to be about a year between we do the engineering report and to move off of chlorine gas. For some reason, even though we're only tested on what our residual chlorine is and what we exit with, they feel that to change from a gas to a liquid or to a solid, you just can't do it. There's a lot of discussion right now about the state on some of the DEQ requirements on chlorine. So just so we can move forward with it, I would like to get your consent to allow them to order the part and put it on the consent agenda, and so we get that available and get it back. Because right now, with the one tank working, we're having to use it at full throttle versus half throttle. And so if you do all the math, we're basically going through a tank every 4 days instead of 2 tanks every 12 days. And I could write out the math there, but 1, it reduces our labor. 2, it keeps us in compliance, and it is just something that got missed. So that's going to be on the next consent agenda, so you're not surprised. Other than that, they're making progress down there. We're talked to the complaints. I talked to Doug Brown, the landowner today. I had a very good discussion and, just trying to tell him where we're at, what we're trying to do and, keep things moving forward down there. Other than that, recognize yesterday as, Pearl Harbor Day. Big day in America. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving and, as we move into the holiday season, be safe and watch out for kids and enjoy the lights. Anything else from council?
Just an acknowledgement of the success of the tree lighting event that happened last week. And just thought it was a great turnout and want to say thank you to Kristen from the library and Jessica Obanoff on council and the events committee that helped to put that on. Beautiful tree lighting ceremony, great turnout, really a nice show of community engagement, and just kind of some of that heart and soul of what Bellevue has to offer. So I was really happy to see such a successful event. So thank you to everyone involved.
Again, also to our donor that, redid our lights, making Bellevue, bright and shiny for this season. And we thank them very much for, continuing to support the city.
Yeah, that tree lit up and everybody just.
Yeah. That's a good one. It was so bright
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah,
Next year, just do it a little bit earlier.
in the night, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Any other thinking, council? All right, this time I'll open up for public comment for items not on the agenda. Please acknowledge, comments are listed, limited to 5 minutes. If you're online, please raise your hand. If there's anybody, we'll go ahead and start with Tony.
Yeah, hi, this isn't on the agenda, but I think it's timely to bring up.
Please, state your name and.
Oh, I'm
and
sorry,
for the record.
Tony Evans, Idaho Mountain Express newspaper. I am, hoping to report on the status of the sewer plant. I'm sorry, am I on hold?
sorry.
1 second, sorry.
Okay.
We're just trying to admit everybody who's in the waiting room.
No problem.
Sorry, Tony.
Go ahead, Tony, you're saying,
Yeah,
status of the sewer plant.
well, it takes me by surprise that, the mayor will perhaps now be running public works. And in that case, I look forward to communicating with you, Chris, on the ongoing challenges faced by, that the city faces with the sewer plant down there. With regard to the insurance payment, where that's going, whether that's going to, get the electrical panels fixed and back up and operational as before, or whether what has been discussed in the past, going back to, a less expensive to maintain system, that's been discussed. But with Bellevue facing some of the highest rates in Idaho for sewer rates, I think it's on people's minds what's going on with the sewer rate, the odor problem. These are things I would not be able to get to the bottom of unless I have someone willing to communicate the technical issues, which Chris is so familiar with because of his professional skills. So I just want to mention that. Look forward to communicating with you, Chris, if that's all right.
We are being a little presumptuous, but,
If in fact, yeah,
I'll give everybody a rundown of what's going on right now, just to be up forth and tell you where we're at. So when the plant failed in March of 2023, the operator at that time went through, he thought he can get it back online, and it went till August before even myself went down there. And I typically go down there, once a month, but they said they had things going correctly down there and they were gonna get it back online. When I took over mayor in August, 2023, I went down there and there was still a very large mess that even hadn't been cleaned up. So I went in a different direction. We found new engineers. We had a new assessment. Given ICRIMP's regulations and everything, we have to get the plant back into operational state as it was, for our payment. So we are going back, we're working with, Veolia, who operates the city of Boise's wastewater. They're the ones that are the subject matter experts in membranes. And we can wash and clean, our membranes, get them back operational at least 80%. And get the plant back online, and I'm projecting if electrical and we have no big issues with pumps and blowers, April. That'll get us back online. Currently, we'll continue to increase our treatment levels, with the oxygenation that we use to reduce the, hydrogen sulfide. Our biggest issue is we take all of Bellevue's waste 5 miles up. It has to go through a 8-inch main line, and for 5 miles, all that hydrogen sulfide, collects, builds, and at the end of it, it is at a dose that is probably, lethal. You can look at the, where the plant takes in the influent, or takes in all that, the headworks, and you can see where it's eroded the cement and all the way to rebar right now. So our plan is to recoat that, reline that once we, get ready to put the plant on operation. But, you know, you don't see very many plants that have to move waste that far. And so it's just something that, the engineering overlooked, or, you know, but, doing some research today, we've had that footprint since 1984. So we're going on 40 years of working off of that area. We want to be a good neighbor. We want to make sure we're not hurting any property values. But if you take 84 to when the plant was built in, I want to say 2011-ish, 2012. And then the lack of maintenance that was done and upkeep for the last 20 years or 15 years, whatever you look at it, you know, we're going in a different direction. We are going to be looking at what's going to be the best for the city on the plant, whoever's managing and operating it.
Thanks.
Sir?
I'm Derek Reuter. I'm nursery director for Wet Landscape
Yes, sir.
in Bellevue. So I was waiting to hear that too, what the plan was. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I can speak to it. It's for a couple months there. It was much better than it was earlier this summer. I don't know what you guys were doing at that time. It was great, but recently it's gone the other way.
Yeah.
And
We understand, we had just with the uptake in the Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
people, and we just didn't hit the mark. And instead of just using mechanics now, we're using biology. And so biology takes a few days to adjust. And so, our contract team is working on it, and I want to make it, we want to be a good neighbor.
no, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Is there anybody that we can talk to if we notice things down there? Is there someone we can call?
Me.
Who's you? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
okay.
And if, well, Christina, we have Bryson, but, I would, yeah, you can call me,
Okay.
and we'll fix it.
Okay.
Or
I
at least
appreciate
work to
At
make
least
it
I can
better.
communicate that to my staff.
Yes, sir.
Jeff Neal, I'm a neighbor of Derek, wastewater treatment issue, the smell is terrible, and it's really bad. So, the natives are getting restless.
No,
I'm sure you're aware of it, and thank you for,
Thank you for addressing
if
it.
you guys could help address it, that'd be great.
no, again, apologize, it's a time thing because of biology. They have noticed that we got the plants and we are working on it. Anybody online? Anybody else? All right. Seeing no further comments, I will ask the council to adjust the consent agenda and remove item C. It was supposed to be on, old business, but we'll delay it until, our next meeting, which should be a date of January 16th, 13th.
Mayor Johnson, if I could just make a recommendation, I'm happy to, could we just pull it from
Yeah,
the consent
Remember
section
that,
and
yeah.
discuss it tonight?
Yeah.
If that's okay?
Oh, that was my first thing when I asked you. right?
Yeah, that's what I was
So,
thinking.
okay,
I know
so then
prepared to pull it.
I would accept a motion to move it to old business and have a discussion on it tonight.
Okay. Brian, you wanna go?
The findings of fact.
Mhm.
I would move to remove the findings of fact, conclusions of law decision for the KMAM preliminary plat subdivision. From tonight's consent agenda to under old business.
And we will do that directly after executive session before new business.
Second.
All in favor? Or is that a? Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, moving to consent agenda. Approval of claims for November 25th through December 9th and approval of minutes, there in the 25th regular meeting.
I saw no issues with the minutes.
Okay,
No question there, that's fine.
I would accept the motion to approve the agenda or the consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Member Shea?
Aye.
Member Mahoney?
Yep.
Member Ovina?
Yeah.
Member Leahy?
Yes.
Member Ferrero?
Yes.
President Giovanni?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Executive session. Do we wanna, can we use your office?
Yeah. Yeah.
So everybody does not have to move out here. I don't anticipate this being too long of an executive session, but if the council would, somebody would approve moving into the executive session, we will move into, the clerk's office real quick and, discuss a couple things.
I would move to enter into executive session pursuant to rule, Idaho Code 74-206-1F. Or personnel matters under Idaho Code 74-206-1B.
Second,
Uh,
did that read correctly? too?
I just wanna make sure, so real property acquisition,
No, it's for the pending.
Oh, there's two. Oh, there's actually three.
74-206-1F.
so it's C, F, and B.
Correct. I'd like to amend my motion to include Idaho Code 74-206-1C.
Second,
Member Mahoney?
Yeah.
President Giordani?
yes.
Member Shea?
Yes.
Member Carrero?
Yes.
Member Leahy?
Yes.
Member Ovina?
Yes.
Actually, I think Shelley didn't something that.
I did have the follow-up to our previous executive session topic.
Is it on the agenda? One of the
You can
items?
join
No,
us in executive session.
Okay,
She wanted to, okay, fine.
I did have a
Yeah,
calendar
she has.
for you, but I can do it.
That's okay. You can do it on my computer. You just grab the.
Is it one of the three items that
Yeah, that was.
that's on the, okay, I just wanna make sure we're covered.
Executive session. Councilmember Guerrero, made the motion and, Councilmember Shea, seconded. We'll now move forward to, new business, common council. Old business, sorry, thank you. So approval and finding of fact, conclusion of law and decision of a preliminary plat approval for Malone subdivision application submitted by KMAM Real Estate, IDBL LLC. Brian?
All right, yes, thank you, Mayor Johnson.